In this video, we're going to be reviewing the Jobmax made by Ridgid. I love this tool. It's a very universal tool. I already have one that I've owned, and this is the second one I got. And the reason why I did is because it came with all these attachments. So the one I've been using just has the oscillating head, and this, we got the Jig Saw head, we got the right angle impact head, we got the rotary head, we got the reciprocating saw head, we got the right angle drill, and then we got the old-fashioned oscillating head. And this oscillating head alone has several attachments. You can put a sander on it, you can put a little tool used to cut out grout. There's so many things you can put on just that head alone. So what I'm going to do is review each one of these heads, and I want to see how well they all cut and perform. So if you're new to this channel, my name's Josh. The channel is all about building your own house, saving a ton of money, so be sure to subscribe. And I'm going to put a link to all these in the description, so feel free to buy the tool using my link. You should buy them from Home Depot because that's the only way you can get the lifetime service agreement. So if you register these tools, you get a lifetime service agreement where it's free service on the life of the tool. And it's a heck of a deal, but you got to make sure you do it within 90 days as far as registering. So be sure to do that if you use the link below. And I do get a little kickback. It's just very little amount, but it's no extra cost to you, and I would appreciate it because it supports the channel. All right, so if you look at that, that's all the attachments you can get for the Jobmax. Very handy little tool. So if you look back here, how you attach the heads to these things is you got these two little clips that stick out of the Jobmax, and you want to line it up with your tool head right where those clips intersect. So you just push it in, snaps right in, ready to go. We got a little light here. If you pull this trigger on the Jobmax, it'll light it up, and if you pull this trigger, it operates the tool. And this has reverse and it has forward right here. So I don't know why you'd use that on this head, but the other heads like the drill would be very handy. So we're going to put a blade in this thing, and we're going to cut something, and we're going to see how it performs. So if you want to know how to install the blade on the jigsaw, all you do is pull this little lever back that's on the front of the head, and then you just take your blade. You want to make sure you get it in this groove right here. So you just hold it in this, set it in this groove, slide it into the head, and then release, and then that's how you attach your jigsaw blade to the Jobmax jigsaw head. All right, I got a scrap piece of plywood here, got my Ridgid jigsaw head on, and we're just going to kind of cut and go in a kind of a wave pattern so we can see how well it can take turns. This is my first time using this tool as well. All right, there's the cut. Did okay. I will say with the light, way it shines on the wood when you're trying to cut, you can tell the light gets a little blocked when it's cutting. So this light might not work well with every head that you put on the tool, but it does do okay. You just can't see really well with the light, but it definitely cuts fine. So now we got the right angled impact driver, and just give you a close-up look at it. That's what it looks like. And obviously this part goes into the Jobmax. And another thing too you want to know about the Jobmax is you don't have to put it on like this. You can put it on this way and put it upright like that. So the conventional way is to snap it in to where it looks like that. So if you look, same function as the jigsaw head. You got your forward and reverse, and you got a light here that stays on, but it's going to illuminate probably a little better than jigsaw head because it's shining. Actually, there's nothing in the way to obstruct it. So in order to put whatever bit you're going to put into the impact, you just pull on this part forward, slide your bit in, and then release. And this is a 1/4 inch chuck, just like most impact drivers. So that's reverse, that's forward. And now we're just going to take this and drive a screw into this 2x6 so you can see how well it works. So now I got a screw and I got the bit. So let's see how well this drives the screw. Wow, I'm actually very impressed with that. I thought it'd have less power than a regular impact, but it feels like it has almost exactly the same. Now we're going to take it out. All right. Wow. I'm actually very impressed with that. Thumbs up to this. I will say that is very nice power it had. And the light, if you see here, it illuminates great wherever you're working. So the light's definitely better than it is on the Jig Saw head. To take this head off, just like all the other heads, push the little pins in and just wiggle it back and forth and it comes right off. Now it's time for the reciprocating saw head. So this, in order to put the blade in, you just grab the head of it like this and twist. And then you take your blade, slide it in, release. It's on there very snug. Now we gotta attach this to the actual Jobmax. So to attach it, you just slide it on, clips right in. All right, we got juice, and we're gonna go ahead and cut the 2x6 with it. So here's that 2x6. I'm really curious to see how well this thing does. All right, we're just gonna cut it just like you would in a real situation. All right, it definitely can cut through a 2x6. I will say it seems like it has actually very decent power. And on a piece of sheathing, let's just cut a little piece of sheathing, see how it does there. Oh yeah, yep, cut right through that sheathing. So you can tell the strokes on it, if you look, isn't near as deep as a regular Sawzall, but it's great for cutting simple stuff. This 2x6 is probably a little much for it, but if you had to, it can cut it, as you can see. All right, we're going to take this off and we're going to go to the next head. Now we're going to be reviewing the oscillating head attachment, and they sent some sanding heads, some sandpaper for the sanding head, this little tool that goes, sticks out long ways and vibrates. And then I like this head attachment the most. It's pretty universal. You can use it for cutting at odd angles and cutting through a bunch of different materials. So I like to keep this on the oscillating head at all times. In order to attach the head, you just simply click it in, and again, you can put it at any angle you want. If you want it pointing this way, you can click it in that way. But in order to install the blades on these things, you just pull up on this and then you pull back. You can see when you pull back, it pushed that out, then turn it sideways. Place your blade in so these pins that are around the head of it align with the pins on the head. So you can put it at any angle you want. You can put it at that angle, you can put it at this angle. And I like to just keep it just pretty standard. For most cases, that angle is going to be about right. So turn the head sideways, that little lever, pull this hinge back up, it goes back down, slide this down, and then you are ready to use your oscillating tool. and this thing is very handy. So for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to take that scrap piece of plywood and just cut a little off the edge just so you see how well it works. And another cool thing too, if you push it down lightly, it goes slow. If you push it down all the way, it goes max speed. So that's pretty nice. So we're just going to cut this. So you see how easy it cut the edge of that plywood off. These things are handy as I don't know what. I mean, you can use them in so many different situations, but I just wanted to show you how it connects, how it works, how well it cuts, and the attachments that came with it. Just a note to when you go to take this thing off, be careful not to get your hand around this blade and you accidentally pull the trigger, just FYI. So always grab it from behind, so that way you don't end up cutting yourself. Pretty important. This right angle drill attachment is what I've been excited about the most, because when you're doing plumbing or electrical and there's two studs in the way, this will fit right between the studs. So that makes drilling through studs when they're close together a breeze. So how this attaches is like all the other ones. Just clip it on. It's ready to go. And now if you put this on fast or put this on forward here, that's going to be how you tighten up around a bit. And now to take a bit out, you hold the chuck up here and then go in reverse. Okay, so to make this a real true test, I have not used this yet, so I do not know how good it works. So I'm going to take 1.5 inch paddle bit, and if you've ever used one of these, you will know it's very tough to drill on your drill using something this big. So it's going to be a good test. So it's going to be the first thing I drill with it, and it looks like the light illuminates the bit well. So if I put it up here to a piece of wood, it looks like the light is lighting up the wood really nice. So we're going to go ahead and try this out. I might have to put 2 hands on it, so we're going to see how it goes. I mean, that was definitely not easy for this tool to do. I'm not going to lie. You seen it got through it. It didn't eat through it like nothing. So it definitely was pushing its limits using this big paddle bit. As you can see, it bogged it down a couple times. So if you're going to be using this all day long, I'd recommend, if you're going to be using this size bit, I'd recommend a bigger drill. But if you need to make one hole in between studs, it would definitely do it. So we're going to try it with a smaller paddle bit. So we're going to use this old 1/2 inch paddle bit. It's a little rusty, I haven't used it in a while, but we're going to go and put it on. Now we're going to see how well it does using this 1/2 inch. Okay, yeah, so I can tell if you're going to be using this and you're planning on using it a lot, you definitely would want to make sure you're not going to be drilling big holes. 1/2 inch hole, did it with a breeze. So we're going to reverse, take that out. So if you get in between a space like this, this right angle drill works great. And you got to remember that it's going to have a bit on it, so you might have to get an extension to drill in all the way through, clear from back here. And again, pop it off. And we're going to hit that, light turns off automatically. So we're going to go on to the next tool. Next tool we're going to be reviewing, or next head attachment I should say, is this rotary tool. You might be familiar with the RotoZip. This is what this mimics. So if you're going to be cutting out drywall or cutting some simple material like cardboard or plastic, you could cut with this. I don't have a drill bit with me that's going to work for this Dremel tool, but I just want to show you the overall aspects to it. So if you need to extend out this guard, all you got to do is lift up this piece. It's just a little lever type piece, and it unlocks the head of it. So now you can move the guard where you need it for your depth, and you just push down, it locks it there. It looks really nice and sturdy. And then if you want to change out your bit or put one in it, period, you just hold this button down right here. So you hold that down, that locks this head, then it lets you unscrew this, and then you put your bit down into the top like you do a regular roto zip. And then you just tighten it back down, and that's going to clamp around your bit if you had it on there. I wish I had a bit to show you, but I just don't, because I don't ever use a roto zip. But that's how that works. Push that back down, so when you're storing it, you don't want to knock that around. So one thing I noticed, when you go to use it, in order to use it, you got to pull this over and hold it at the same time to use it. So you're going to be holding it, pulling this over, and making your cut that way. And I guess it's just a safety feature. So if you go to use it without having your hand here turning that lever, or button I guess you would say, it won't work. So as soon as I release, it locks it. That's very interesting. Nice. I like it. You can definitely tell it would do the job. I just wish I had the bit on to show you. I know this doesn't have anything to do with reviewing the Jobmax, but I thought you might be interested. This is the Black Friday deal I got, which was $600. And these retail for about $1,200 if you bought everything here individually. But it came with the full-size circular saw, 7 1/4 blade. We got the charger, got the nice Sawzall. This thing is heavy duty. We got our Jobmax heads, I already showed you. Got this awesome light that has a spotlight, and it has a just LED light which glows real nice. And then we got our hammer drill. We got our Jobmax, I already told you about all that. And we got our impact, which I really like this impact, and it came with a tool bag as well. Last thing I wanted to tell you is the price of these heads are around $50 per head. They range anywhere from 30, I think up to about 60 or so. Check the links in the description below if you want to see the exact prices. But I bought this in a pack, a combo pack, so they're all cheaper per head. So I didn't have to buy them individually, which was helpful. So I'm going to get to work. I got a bunch of stuff I got to get done today, and I appreciate you watching this review. And if you haven't already, subscribe and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.